From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
Dine Dr. Kolomana, Dr. Lamene, akuthandiza anthu osiyana-siyana mu Zambia muno. Muperekeseso mbiri kosekose ukuli, kumene ndimupita anthuwo ndimwauze chiona chene-chene. Eziko mukwambira mayi.
My name is Jeff Perry. It's from Chipata. I came to see Dr. Kolomana for a financial problem that I've had for a long time. Now I'm able to live a meaningful life.
9 months neza mimba ya huyu mwana. 9 months but sinzo papa puno mimba inauka mpaka kufika 10 months. So natamba kwa Dr. Kolomana pa TV. So nipameni nanyamuka natenga phone number nanyamuka nubwera kuno. But kufika kuno nanipasa bananitandiza. Bananuza timzaenda lero clinic mzakala na mwana. Chakuma mzaenda mailo chakuma 9 hours ishimuni na mwana. But tinaenda 9 hours exact napezeka na baby boy.
Linto naleta mbapa TV na ishile umfwa balelanda paiba Dr. Kolomana. Efo na ishile senda phone number ya Dr. Kolomana na isa na batumina badisa njasuka bampera ma direction na alima ndipantanshi na alishitana moto keji na totera.
Mankhwalanga ine sintenga kuno ndimatenga Mozambique ndikumulanje. Pamene ndimatenga. Ati ndimathandiza mankhwala osiyana-siyana.
For more information, contact us on 0211 261242 or 0976 716754 or 0967 276448.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
On Topstar Channel 110 and streaming live on our Facebook page, pvt2 Zambia. This is pvt2 News coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110 and streaming live on our Facebook page, pvt2 Zambia. Let's now take a look at your stories making headlines. Calm has returned to the University of Zambia following days of peaceful protest sparked by the death of 18-year-old student Emmanuel Walia. Inspector General of Police Raphael Musamba has directed all police commissioners across the country to ensure that officers conduct thorough investigations before making arrests or detaining suspects. Citizens Face of Party President Harry Kalaba has called for the recapitalization of Indian Energy Company and the establishment of fuel storage facilities across all provinces. 12 Patriotic Front PF councillors in Chama district have defected to the ruling United Party for National Development UPND. Now the details. My name is Rwando Billy Jeleka. We begin the news on a good note. Calm has returned to the University of Zambia following days of peaceful protest sparked by the death of 18-year-old student Emmanuel Walia, who died after accidentally falling into a water-filled open pit on campus. The development comes amid ongoing sanitation challenges at the institution. A check by pvt2 News has revealed a heavy police presence on campus to maintain order. Meanwhile, the Clean Cities Initiative has commended the government for releasing 23 million kwacha to help address the crisis. Organization's Chief Executive Officer Watts Mwila has, however, charged that the funds are insufficient to fully resolve the numerous challenges facing the institution, noting that infrastructure at the university remains in a poor state.
Calm has seemingly returned at the University of Zambia Great East Road campus following protests that erupted after the death of a student who died after falling in a pit. This happened amid sanitation crisis that have engulfed the University of Zambia for a long time. And a check conducted by Prime Television News this morning has revealed heavy police presence to ensure they maintain law and order.
The reason why the institutions are managed by boards and there's a ministry and all other stakeholders that surround the University of Zambia, it is for them to be able to manage any challenges that are in-house. By the time you are telling the president, I think it should be something that would have gotten out of hand. But we have seen a situation where every time the University of Zambia students, whenever they have a problem, they would always rush to State House. And they believe that the president is always available for them to address them. I think going forward, we should also be able to trust in management. If there's management failure, then I think a government should be able to move in. Because the reason why these aides, so-called aides, are appointed by the systems is to ensure that they are the eyes of the president. The president should not be there every time. Where there's management failure, I think the system should not be able to entertain them, should be able to remove and replace.
Stakeholders have, however, weighed in on the 23 million kwacha that has been released by government to help avert the sanitation challenge at the University of Zambia.
According to the information, UNZA need 173 million kwacha to mitigate the problem that is at hand. Infrastructure is decay. They need to overhaul everything. However, we should commend government for releasing that money at a crisis time like this one, because if not, I think would have been talking a different situation. So yes, it's not enough, but that could be a good start.
Classes have also been suspended at the institution, while other stakeholders are calling for the complete closure of the university to ensure that the sanitation challenge is addressed before classes resume. Joanne Savila, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Well, thank you so much, Joanne, for that report. Now, moving on, Inspector General of Police Raphael Musamba has directed all police commissioners across the country to strictly adhere to due process by ensuring that officers conduct thorough investigations before making arrests or detaining suspects. Speaking during a media briefing, Mr. Musamba says the directive aligns with President Hage Hichilema's guidance and reflects Zambia's democratic framework, which upholds fundamental human rights and freedoms. He has noted that adherence to law procedures is critical in preventing arbitrary arrests and unlawful detention, which often leads to civil litigation and damage the reputation of the Zambia Police Service. Mr. Musamba says the service has continued to make progress in upholding human rights, particularly through strengthened crime prevention efforts. Favorite Chisi has more.
The manner in which the Zambia Police Service handles arrest has once again drawn the attention of President Hakainde Hichilema, who has repeatedly directed officers to conduct thorough investigations before making arrests. And Inspector General of Police Grafo Musamba says he is committed to ensuring that directive is fully enforced.
This is a timely reminder, particularly as we operate within a democratic dispensation that demands respect for fundamental human rights and the freedoms of all individuals. In this regard, I have already directed all police commanders across the country to ensure that officers under their command fully comply with this directive. This is essential in order to avoid unlawful detentions and civil litigations which not only tarnish the image of our institution, but also adversely affect the record on upholding of human rights.
At the same time, the service is preparing for a major economic shift, the rollout of a 24-hour economy. Mr. Musamba says policing must evolve to match this ambition.
My command has undertaken a comprehensive assessment of policing needs under a 24-hour economy. These include capacity building initiatives targeting officers to enhance their skills and operational capabilities and invest in the development of technological infrastructure. Furthermore, we will focus on the increasing police visibility within the business community as a deterrent front.
He has also sounded the alarm over rising cases of mob justice, describing them as a direct threat to the justice system.
In this regard, I wish to inform the public that I have directed all commanding officers across the country to intensify awareness-raising activities in their respective provinces. These efforts will focus on educating communities about the dangers and the legal consequences of mob justice, as well as the importance of respecting the process of law.
As the country edges closer to the 2026 general elections, the police service says it has put in place a security plan and electoral strategy to ensure a peaceful and credible process.
From the perspective, we can confidently say that the Zambia Police Service is ready to police the 2026 general election in a professional manner in line with international standards of policing elections.
Favorite Chisi Prime TV News, Lusaka.
And now Michael Himuse Jr. reports that Citizens First Party President Harry Kalaba has called for the recapitalization of Indeni Energy Company and the establishment of fuel storage facilities across all provinces. Mr. Kalaba has expressed concern that Indeni has been turned into a marketing entity instead of functioning as a refinery, which he says has limited the country's capacity to address key fuel processing needs. Speaking in an interview with Prime TV2 News, Mr. Kalaba said the current situation has left Zambia with only 7 to 10 days of fuel reserves, far below the recommended minimum of 3 to 4 months cover.
I am happy that the Secretary to the Treasury, I think, Comrade Nkulukusa, did mention that he wished that they had listened on the issue of not turning Indeni into an oil marketing company of some sort. Indeni, when our forefathers created Indeni, they were very clear in what they wanted to achieve with it. They wanted Indeni to be a separator and then be developed into a refinery. Today, if Indeni had developed into a refinery, like we've always been saying, the creation or buying of the carbon, the hydrocarbon cracker, today Indeni would have been a refinery. But look at where we are. How can a country like Zambia be only having, is it 7 days or 10 days of fuel cover for a country like ours? We need to have a minimum of 3 months fuel cover. And that is why we want Indian recapitalized, and then several storage facilities for crude oil be created in the country. In each province, we need to have some kind of a fuel storage facility created. This is what we hoped our colleagues will have done. They have not done this. All they have been doing is politics through and through. But I'm glad 13th August is near. It's coming to an end. The monthly reviews don't help you to plan. The monthly review only helps you to go in a quagmire. What we need are not monthly reviews. What we need are strategic reserves for our country so that our people know that they've got a 3-month cover. You can do business, you plan for 3 months, 4 months, knowing very well that the fuel price is not going to be readjusted. I don't even know how contractors are managing. Those that are quoting this price this month, and then before they pay them their monies, the prices have already changed. Businesses are making losses. But you see, we have a government that has not really paid attention to this. But this will be corrected as well when power changes hands this August.
This is pvt2 News, the home of breaking news. We are coming to you live on Top Channel 110 and streaming live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, that is pvt2 Zambia. We now take a break, but still to come, 12 Patriotic Front PF councillors in Chama district have defected to the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND. We'll be back with more details. Stay with us. Start your day with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens.
What if your name were?
In-depth discussions on the day's top stories. Live reporter checkings from across the country. Expert analysis on government policies and their impact. The latest in local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at pvt2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
Bushe mwalikwata Topstar decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutila mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. Bakanyekanye mukumipekanisisha amadiashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumadiashi nembila nsuma mumishi yenu.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
Good to know that you're still with us. Welcome back. And now we continue with our news. 12 Patriotic Front PF councillors in Jama district have defected to the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND. The councillors cited the progressive policies and development initiatives championed by President Hakainde Hichilema as their reason for joining the UPND. Vice President W.K. Mutale Nalumango formally welcomed the councillors who were presented by Chama South Member of Parliament, Davison Mungandu. Mrs. Nalumango congratulated the new members, stating that the UPND has become attractive to all Zambians due to the unity and development witnessed over the past 4 years. Speaking on behalf of the defecting councillors, Kaozi Ward Councillor Dokam Kandawi explained that they wish to align themselves with the government to ensure their constituents benefit from national development programs. Here are the details.
12 PF councillors in Jama district of Eastern Province have ditched their party to join the ruling United Party for National Development, UPND. Chama South Member of Parliament, Davison Mungandu, led the defectors that were received by the Vice President, Mutale Nalumango. The councillors said that they want to align themselves with the ruling party for the development of their wards.
Colleagues, honorable councillors, I want to welcome you on behalf of the president of the party, Hakainde Hichilema, to United Party for National Development. That's why we are seeing what we are seeing. That's why these honorable councillors have come, because they stood, because they are councillors to bring development to their wards.
Christopher Basilio Banda, Prime TV News in Chama District of Eastern Province.
The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation Permanent Secretary Engineer Romas Kamanga says government remains committed to achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 6, which seeks to ensure the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all by 2030. Speaking during a tour of various water projects in Mwense District, he urged district administrations across Luapula Province to allocate part of the Constituency Development Fund towards improving water access. Meanwhile, Luapula Water Supply and Sanitation Company Managing Director Mukela Simbua has commended the Mwense District Local Authority for effectively utilizing the CDF to support water infrastructure development. More in this report.
The education sector, where the Constituency Development Fund CDF has been utilized to construct classroom blocks and procure desks, the impact of the fund is also being felt in the water sector. Luapula Water Supply and Sanitation Company Managing Director Mukela Simbua explained how the water utility company in Mwense District has benefited from the CDF.
If we talk about CDF impact when it comes to direct operations of Luapula Water, we can then only mention Mwense, because this is the only district where the local authority has actually contracted, and the contractor is still on site, right? Yes, It's the only local authority in Luapula where a contractor has been found to work in a scheme that is being run by Luapula Water to upgrade it. So that's the classic example of this CDF impact.
And Luapula Water Supply and Sanitation Company board member Christopher Wupe has encouraged the Mwense District Administration to take advantage of the CDF to further improve water infrastructure and enhance access to clean and safe water.
Because you occupy a position of influence on the CDF, we would that, I think, going forward, unlike the traditional way we've known to actually work on or utilize the CDF, perhaps we can get part of the money from the CDF, invest in the water sector, so that we can provide safe and clean water for our people.
Meanwhile, Mwense District Commissioner Apiston Mwape says government remains committed to supporting developmental projects aimed at improving the welfare of the people.
The requirements of the communities right now is about water and sanitation, which we are looking at from a concerned point of view. We are not going to lag behind because we are a rural district. We have to move together with everyone in the country, and more especially in provision of clean and safe water to our community.
And after touring water projects in Sanfe District, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation, Engineer Romas Kamanga, expressed satisfaction with the water supply infrastructure in the area.
I think first to begin with, I must say that the loan we got from Africa Development Bank to first lift the water supply infrastructure in Sanfe, I think was well spent, because the Sanfe is an upcoming economic hub for Zambia. It's a tourist attraction area with beautiful beaches and a lot of businesses coming up here. So we need to provide safe and clean water to our people.
Pascal Mukabira, Prime TV News, in Mwense District, Luapula Province.
Let's now move to Monze District. The government has handed over a 40-capacity bed space mother's shelter worth more than 1.3 million kwacha at Monze Mission Hospital, constructed under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Speaking during a handover ceremony, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbu, said the mother's shelter is more than just infrastructure. It is a sanctuary for mothers. He says the construction of the mother's shelter at Monze Mission will not only save the people of Monze Central Constituency, but also those in the surrounding areas such as Gwembe and Pemba District. John Shikabe has more.
There was a time when we saw this kind of excitement among people of Monze District in Southern Province. Sorry, they did not come to watch this dance, but witness something extraordinary. The 40-bed capacity mother's shelter constructed under the Constituency Development Fund. For years, expectant mothers in Monze District of Southern Province and surrounding areas have faced challenges with accommodation, forcing them to deliver at home. But with this newly built mother's shelter at Monze Mission Hospital, through the Constituency Development Fund, will play a critical role in addressing the accommodation challenges. During the event, various speeches were given.
Addition to our much-needed healthcare infrastructure, and indeed a timely and necessary response to the needs of our community,
which is being applied in order to give services to our people.
Numbers are not just numbers. It's a demonstration to show that CDF is working to improve the lives of the community.
And Monze Central Member of Parliament, who is also the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbu, was the guest of honor.
Of the Lucy O'Brien Mother's Shelter, we take another bold step in strengthening our health sector. This shelter, constructed at a total cost of 1.35 million kwacha, will improve comfort and safety to our expectant mothers reducing maternal risk, and ensuring access to quality health services.
Beneficiaries thanked the government for the gesture.
Antu omwe abaye mupi bakayiko hakuyaga bwanda mbuli bwabo bwamaza sheota eji chorwe eji pati maningi alimbi kulumba kubotu
nakalunga amwane mbili ngetantupangele tasikisirika bena atwale halutwe.
May this be a place of safety, a place of hope and new beginnings for every mother who passes through it.
A newly built mother's shelter at Monze Mission Hospital will help address maternal mortality in rural areas by providing safe, temporary and nearby accommodation for expectant mothers. John Shikabe, Prime TV News in Monze District, Southern Province.
And now moving on to our news, Minister of Finance and National Planning, Situmbe Msokotwane, has announced that Zambia has recorded improvements in managing public finances, particularly in aligning government spending with approved budgets. He says the progress reflects growing fiscal discipline under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, with reduced reliance on supplementary budgets and increased transparency in the budgeting process. Speaking during the dissemination of the Public Expenditure and Financial Accountability PEFA assessment reports in Lusaka, Dr. Msokotwane said Parliament is now playing a stronger role in scrutinizing the national budget, while access to the budget information through citizen-friendly documents has improved. Rajesh Michael Smiza has more.
Zambia has recorded a notable progress in the management of public finances, with government tightening controls on spending and improving transparency in the budgeting process. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Situmbe Msokotwane, says the country is now seeing improved alignment between government expenditure and approved national budgets. Msokotwane says the progress is a reflection of growing fiscal discipline under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema, highlighting reduced dependence on supplementary budgets and a more transparent budgeting system.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to the main PEFA assessment report, Zambia has recorded improvements in aggregate expenditure outturn compared to approved budgets. This means that the days of systematic and huge supplementary budgets have more or less been behind us. However, of course, there are challenges that we continue to meet in observing that in the year 2024, I think the main challenge that we faced was the drought that required huge amounts of money in order to preserve life. However, that was also handled in a systematic manner so that...
Meanwhile, German ambassador to Zambia, Seong Simon, has welcomed the publication of the report, describing them as a demonstration of Zambia's commitment to transparency and reform.
As a complete surprise, though, as enhancing transparency and accountability of the public financial management is an important part of the ambitious reform agenda of the Zambian government. And this reform agenda includes further key measures, such as to mobilize more domestic resources by diversifying revenue sources, increasing compliance of taxpayers, improving governance of tax incentives, and closing tax leakages. To improve budget planning in order to ensure that the budget is implemented as planned and public investment follow priorities so that high impact projects get financed first.
The PEFA assessment is a key tool used globally to evaluate how effectively countries manage public resources. Rajesh Michael Simiza reporting, Prime TV News in Lusaka.
And that report by Rajesh Michael Sumiza concludes the news. Before we go, let's recap on the headlines. Calm has returned to the University of Zambia following days of peaceful protests sparked by the death of 18-year-old student Manuel Wadia. Inspector General of Police Grafael Musamba has directed all police commissioners across the country to ensure that officers conduct thorough investigations before making arrests or detaining suspects. Citizens First CF Party President Harry Kalaba has called for the recapitalization of Indian Energy Company and the establishment of fuel storage facilities across all provinces. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Luando Billy Cheleka. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.
What do we stand for? We stand for possibility, for the belief that every tomorrow begins with a choice made today. We stand for growth, for curiosity that pushes boundaries, for knowledge that prepares you not just to adapt, but to lead. We stand for community, for minds that don't just think, but connect, for hands that don't just build, but uplift. We stand for experiences that shape you, for friendships that anchor you, for courage that carries you beyond this place. Here you become more than a student. You become a maker of solutions, a believer in dreams, a contributor to something greater than yourself. This is where purpose meets possibility. This is where futures are built. Charles Brook Bassar University, where you stand for what matters.
Today with Sunrise Breakfast Show. The flagship morning show on Prime TV2. Wake up to breakfast news as it happens.
What if you're not away?
In-depth discussions on the day's top stories, live reporter check-ins from across the country, expert analysis on government policies and their impact, the latest local and international sports. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at pvt2 Zambia.
Sunrise Breakfast.
Sunrise Breakfast Show, only on Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.
What is love if you don't give it away?
Want to charm a woman anyway because you are built to pursue.
A purpose marriage, really, and it takes a lot of intentionality.
True companionship is not proximity. It is a mutual knowing. Intentional love will always win. Join us for Love Diaries, where couples share their love stories, play fun games, and more. Love Diaries, where love is honest, learning is constant, and conversations matter. Love Diaries, love will always win.
Early in the morning, fire on the stove, love in a pie, that's the life we know. From the fields to the table, every bite it shows. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Primarily me, the taste of home. Mama in the kitchen, we never eat alone. Primarily me, the taste of home.
Prime Mill Meal, pure, proudly Zambian, the taste of home.
Bushe mwalikwata Top Star Decoder. Bushe mwalishiwa kutila kutimwatamba Prime TV2 Zambia pa channel 110 nga chakutira mlefu okumfwa amadiashi ayalekanalekana okufuma kunchende ishapusana. bakanyekanie mukumipekanisisha amalyashi konse kuntumletu mfuila maliba abaiteanya inshita yonse kumulabasa wenu wa Prime TV2. Prime TV2 omulabasa wenu kumalyashi nembira nsuma mu mishi yenu.
If it's not on Prime TV2, verify it. Our dedicated reporters across the country bring you accurate, well-researched news, keeping you informed 24/7. Catch us on Topstar Channel 110 and follow us on Facebook at Prime TV2 Zambia. Prime TV2, the home of breaking news.